The first thing that sucks about being a flamingo is the color situation. Everyone assumes you're naturally pink, when in reality you're born a washed-out grey and only eventually embody bubblegum because your diet of shrimp and algae contain carotenoids, which are organic pigments that are like an edible version of pink printer ink. Without carotenoids, you're just a lanky pigeon on stilts, wandering around looking like someone forgot to add the food dye. The second thing that sucks is your so-called knee, the one that bends backwards and makes you look like you've been put together in the dark. The truth is that joint isn't a knee at all, it's your ankle. Your real knee is buried much higher up, hidden in the fluff like a misplaced door joint. You know what else is sucky? You're living proof that one leg can handle the job, but not exactly a shining example of how to proudly stand on two. Scientists still argue about why you spend most of your life rampantly balancing. Some say it conserves body heat, others suggest it reduces muscle fatigue, and a few argue it's just the most efficient way to wait around in water. But maybe it's as uncomplicated as you're just the bird equivalent of someone who got stuck in a yoga tree pose, or fell asleep on the couch in a weird position and decided to own the angle. Just quickly, if you're enjoying this tongue-in-cheek video, you can binge more later in the Birds playlist, linked below. And speaking of falling asleep on the couch, there is no couch. In fact, if humans held a contest for the most impractical sleeping style, you'd be the entry form. You snooze standing up, with your head tucked onto your back in a feat of salmon-tinted pretzel work. You jam your beak into the warmest patch of feathers you can find, all while still caught in a frozen hop. From the outside this looks serene, but in reality you've invented the avian neck spasm, where every nap is basically folding a pool noodle into a shoebox and calling it rest. Your eating style sucks too. You feed by wading your lanky legs in shallow lakes and lagoons, where the water is cloudy with algae, tiny crustaceans and plankton. But instead of just dipping in gracefully, you flip your head upside down and use a built-in filter system in your beak to strain food from the muck. It's clever biology, but it makes you look like you're running the world's least hygienic Brita jug. It may not be considered fine dining, but it's a decent pond coleslaw with a chunky mud vinaigrette. Parenting can suck as well. Your chicks are fed crop milk, which is a reddish goo that both males and females secrete from digestive tracts. It's high in fat, high in protein, and looks like someone blended tomato soup with a pond of lost dreams. Other birds regurgitate food. You show up with a house brand smoothie you've Vitamixed in your esophagus. Yum yum. The process of flying can be quite the spectacle too. Getting off the ground is hardly dignified. You need a running start. So there you are, sprinting across the water with wings flailing like broken kites until physics finally agrees to humor you. Once you're in the air, the indignities continue. You stretch your neck forward and stretch your legs straight back, which does make you aerodynamic, but also makes you resemble a pink yardstick testing the wind. And don't get me started on the flock thing, because it too sucks. Humans see 1,000 of you huddled together wearing the same matching shirt and call it beautiful, but from your perspective it's just a wall of pink elbows, endless squabbling, and somebody who is forever convinced the water tastes better in the exact spot you're standing. What are your thoughts? Is it sucky or spectacular to be a flamingo, and why? And please remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a quirky upload.